Hello YouTube, it's me Brittany, and today we're going to talk about my third laser hair treatment which I had last week. But before we do, I want to thank every single one of you guys who already have been here and subscribed, all 300 plus of you. We are still less than 6 months old on this channel, and it just keeps growing every single day. So if this is your first time watching me, hit that subscribe button. This is an interactive channel like I've said many times before, so feel free to comment, ask any questions you would like, anything that you think that I might be able to give you some advice on, or maybe even some of my followers could help out as well. Like I normally do, since I have been doing my laser hair and getting ready for my SRS surgery, which is probably still a little more than a year away, unfortunately, just because of financial reasons, not because I can't get it scheduled or anything. I just need money to do that. But so it's been about a week. Actually, a week was yesterday, but since this whole coronavirus seems to be scaring everybody out, I'm afraid the mountains are closed, so I've been kind of riding for like as much as I can when I can, because I'm like so scared they're about to shut everything down and I'm not going to get to snowboard anymore. So instead of, getting on here and making a video for you, I went snowboarding. So sorry, that was just me doing my own thing. But anyways, so I had it was last week, Thursday, that I did it, and we are at 80% power. If you've watched any of my previous ones, you know that we started at around 60, 70, and then now we're at 80, and the next session is the fourth, the fifth. I have 6 sessions total, and I'll possibly be doing a 7th, and I'll explain that in a second. We'll work our way up to the last 2, the 5th and the 6th sessions. We'll be at 100%. So I'm getting all done in my bikini region, and it is extremely uncomfortable at this point. So even at 80%, like, it's bearable, but like it's kind of like it's what's best about this so far for me is that the girl who's been doing it for me so far is really nice, and I have a really good rapport with her. So we communicate through this whole process, which is really weird, because I was really nervous originally when I first went in, because I was, like, I have a lot of dysphoria about that area. So I'm like, I really am uncomfortable with somebody messing with, especially somebody I don't really know. And now that we kind of know each other, I mean, it's really kind of weird that we know each other through this, but she's been since the beginning, she's been very open with communication, and it's made it very comfortable for me throughout this whole situation. And with that, now that we're getting up to like this extended power levels, and like I need more breaks than before. So like when we do like the main bikini region, we're going basically from the thighs here. I'll stand up and show you. So we're basically doing like the thighs here, and then we're doing all of this area right here, and then we're also doing all of the private areas and stuff like that. So all of the outer areas that I just showed you, we can bust out probably about 10 shots at a time before I'm like, all right, I need a break. They hurt, but basically what it is it takes the skin and it grabs it, stretches it, then like stabs a laser. It feels like getting a tattoo needle being shoved in there and held in there for a second and then pulled right back out. So it hurts like for a second, but then it kind of goes away. So like the outer areas that aren't nearly as sensitive as the inner areas, we can do pretty quickly. And then when we get into like the I'm gonna say scrotal sac, because that's gross and that's disgusting, and I'm really sorry that I just said that out loud to you guys, but that's what we're talking about. That is where we're doing like maybe 1 shot at a time, take a fall like 10 to 15 seconds, get a little bit of breath, because each freaking shot is extremely fucking painful. And what's also included in his is also the butthole. Another gross thing I'm really sorry I said to you, but not, because if you're really interested in, these are things that are going to happen whenever you get this process done. So like that requires basically lifting your legs straight up, straddle position, like very embarrassing, like, and it hurts the closer you get deeper in. So I like to go in to out, and then that way we can bust out 3, and then I take a break. But like it is extremely painful at this point, and we still got 90% next time. However, I say that it still is only taking about 35 minutes for us to get the entire area done, because maybe it's just me like having this mentality of like, pain is temporary, I can get through this, like, I don't know, like, but like so like it's like, and that's really what it is. Like, this hurts for a little, but the outcome is going to be really well. It's worked out really well. And speaking of outcomes, so like, I want to tell you how well it works from the third session, but in reality, I don't think I can give you an honest opinion about that now, because I did my last video and I said, you know, I can't really tell, but then like 2 to 3 weeks later, I really could see some results. So like, I feel like I almost want to do another one where I give you guys a real feel of what I think the results were like, maybe in 2 weeks from now, as far as removing the hair. So like, I did my last video and I said like you couldn't really see anything, but like, before this session, I think I only shaved down there twice, because it just wasn't necessary. It just wasn't growing. Like, the hair is growing still, some in some areas. Like, it's not like completely, you know, hairless. Like, I'm only midway through all the sessions I need, but it is growing considerably less and slower. And that's what I can see. And so like, in this session, yes, a week later, I shaved, you know, yesterday, and I was looking at the results, but in reality, I can't really tell you what the results were, because I don't really think I needed to shave yesterday. It wasn't really in need of that. Like, it wasn't growing out of control into a point where, I mean, I don't grow excessively. I never have in the first place. I usually have just been a once a week shaver, but like, it's like, I don't really feel like there's an excessive need for me to go ahead and shave in that area. Thanks to these procedures, it's definitely getting to be less of a burden for me. And because of that, I have also, while I was in this session, I just on a whim asked her if she could try my face, and so we did a couple of shots over here on my face, and it hurts considerably less than it does down there. And so I'm excited to say that starting with my next session, which will be my fourth session down here, I will start my first session on my face to get my face started. So this is one of my biggest dysphoria issues. I have to shave my face every day, like a lot of trans girls do, and I hate it. So like, I'm really excited to get this started, because we can get about 3 or 4 sessions in before I maybe go on my vacation in September now, and it's coronavirus, we don't know anymore, but hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, everything kind of clears up. I will definitely, once I start getting my face done, I'll let you guys know how that's going as well when I start doing these videos. So this is definitely, I think, part of my SRS journey as well, because I never really intended to do my face, but now that I've done down here and I like the kind of results that are happening, I'm like, let's go ahead and do the face. So that's really kind of all I really have to say about this laser hair as of right now. I do have one more thing I want to say. It's not about laser hair or anything. It has to do with my Patreon. So I started my Patreon about 3 weeks ago. Some of you guys have donated. So, like, it's not an obligation. I'm not saying, hey, you know, I need you to donate. I'm just going to tell you that after last month, at the beginning of this month, Patreon showed me what I got in total from donations, and it was not like a super amount, but any amount to me is ecstatically great. And since I have bought a car and got things accomplished, and pretty much bought everything that I needed to buy for this season, I started a new savings account for my surgery, which I need about $17,000 for. And so what I have planned to do with my Patreon, anything that's donated, $1, $2, $100, whatever you donate to my Patreon, will go into this savings account. And my goal is to at least double what I get monthly. So like, if my Patreon has $50 in it from the month of March, then I will double that. I'll put another 50 into the savings, so we'll have 100 into my savings for my surgery. My mom gave me this idea, and so I kind of like thought it was really interesting, and I liked the idea of starting a savings account for my surgery, even though it may only be putting a little bit in at a time. Right now I have $138 in it from the people who donated last month, and I put $100 in for myself. So if you would like to donate to my Patreon, once again, no obligation whatsoever. It is www.patreon.com/Brittany Rose, BritnyRose, just like the name on the channel. Thank you so much if you do. If not, thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I love every single one of you guys, and we'll talk to you guys all later. Bye-bye, everybody.